If you ever hired a coach, bought a planner, joined a mastermind, hired a VA, downloaded an app, and somehow still found yourself overwhelmed 6 months later, this video might explain why. As you all know by now, I am Dr. M, the creator of the Peace Driven Leader Movement, and I'm absolutely obsessed with guiding and supporting high functioning women like you create life leadership and legacy systems for ultimate peace and fulfillment. I want you to know, first of all, that you don't have a productivity issue. You don't have a discipline issue. That's not the case. Most actually, you have a support gap. And until that gap is addressed, no amount of information, motivation, or even delegation will create the lasting peace that your body literally yearns for. So I want to give you a simple visual. As you know, I do support neurodivergent leaders, so everything I do is really simplified and visual. On this side here, we have alignment. Okay, this is where the vision lives, purpose, goals, healing, identity, like your self-awareness. This is why we buy the coaching program. So this is where a lot of the coaching programs live in, right? And then on this side is the execution. I'm not the best drawer in the world. This is where we have the follow-through, the systems, the implementation, the delegation, the organization. All of that is happening on this end. This is where the EA or the virtual assistants live. Okay. The interesting point that I really want to bring to you is that for years, we, as the women, have been here. We either have alignment without execution, which creates inspiration and momentum, but leaves us feeling overwhelmed, right? Because we have little execution. So nothing really changes. Or we hire help, or we get support, or we're really good at execution, but without the proper alignment, we have the productivity, but we lose the peace. So yeah, things are getting done, but we go to bed at night feeling exhausted, and we're carrying it all alone. This is what so many women are experiencing. And so this is why I talk about shifting the identity from being the stabilizer of all things to becoming the orchestrator of stabilization. Most women don't live in the middle. And this is what I want to teach you. They're carrying responsibilities like you now. We all carry roles: mother, leader, wife, caregiver, many of us business owners, professionals. Everyone keeps offering them half a solution. Either a coaching program or even hire me to do XYZ for you. Right? Or here's another technology. Here's another planner. Here's another self-paced course so that you can do it on the go. But nobody is asking you. Who is helping you get language to what you really need so that you can stay aligned while also helping you to execute? Because success, it isn't usually what breaks the women. Sustaining the success is what causes the break. And so this is so key to make sure that as you are doing the necessary things to build success, that we create this bridge. And the bridge is what allows you to be a peace-driven leader. We realize at Peace-Driven Leader that the movement needed more than just women with support or women with information, women with inspiration. They needed integrated support. Support for the whole woman. Support for her responsibilities. And that is why we pair alignment coaches with what we call executive assistant integrators. Because their role is to help you stay connected to your goals, to your values, capacity, and in the season of life that you're in. The others help you create movement, implementation, and follow through. But together is what creates what most women have never experienced before in their life. Support that doesn't just help you achieve success, but most of all, it helps you sustain it from year after year after year. When you're able to love, live, and lead in that way, your children can see it, and they can duplicate a cycle of peace and ease. I know what to do. I just can't seem to stay consistent. If that's you, keep listening. Or I've invested in support before, but it never lasted. It's easier to do it myself. It cost me too much stress delegating. I'm caring too much and I don't even know where to start. Wherever you fit in that cycle, you're exactly who we created this focus package for. Because transformation isn't simply about having support, right? It's about becoming the kind of leader who can receive it, who can steward it, and who thrives because of it. And maybe the problem was never that you needed to work harder. The key is simply you may need it to know how to work higher. And working higher is when you're able to orchestrate the support you need. But first, you got to give language to it. You got to get clarity around what you need. Because peace isn't found in having fewer responsibilities. You just have too many gifts, skills, and talents. You don't have the luxury to do less. It's found in having better systems and better support. And you deserve both. And so I wanted to show you this because this is what it looks like to orchestrate your stabilization. For us at Peace Driven Leader, we're living in a market and economy where the coaching industry is coming to a slow pace. So many people have done it and they haven't gotten the outcomes that they wanted. And the reason why is because as soon as I know I've done so many coaching programs. As soon as you get into the coaching program, I mean thousands of dollars. What I have found the blind spot is that there is a very specific system that you're following that doesn't take in consideration your life. It doesn't take in consideration your temperament. It doesn't even take in consideration, your goals, right? And the pace that you want to achieve it. And so you are expected to start and finish in 4 weeks or, 9 weeks, and you have a little window to hurry up and complete it. But the biggest thing that I noticed from my experiences is that it does not install or include or factor in life. So the retention rate of these programs are extremely low. And I did my dissertation in student retention, and so I'm really big on not just bringing people in the fold, but how well are you caring for them? How well are they staying? That's why a lot of people that work with me, they come and they're with me for years. My relationships, I still have friends for over 25 years because for me, it's about sustaining what you have, stewarding what you have, And so what I realize is that no one, or very little, and you can look at your own experiences, are taken into account of the transitions that happen through life. So you start a program and you're in one season, but then a divorce happens, or a surgery happens, or an unexpected issue with your parents and you have to take care of it, or unexpected issue with your children. Graduation happens. It doesn't take much to knock us off our horse. And once our focus is gone, just like that, our momentum is lost. And then we find ourselves having to pick back up and start in the cycle all over again. And this is why so many women that we serve, they are givers. And even as they approach 40 and 50, they look back and they see their kids are graduating now, or they're approaching that age, and they've been in marriage, and it's almost like everybody's goals, they're watching as theirs slowly take form. This structure here is what's going to give you an acceleration. It's going to help you to redeem the time. With the right support and help, you can do what takes most women 5 to 6 years to do in months. And that's the power of what we're offering to our clients in this ecosystem. If you've ever experienced an executive assistant, some of you have. Lord knows I have my testimony of what it comes with hiring people. Right? There's a proper way in which you delegate. And the biggest key that I really want to stress is that regardless whether you are doing this program or not, you decide to move forward and you decide to hire someone, this is one lesson I want to leave with you. Is that you don't just want a doer. That is the issue. What separates an EA integrator is that they're Peace Driven Leader certified. That means that they're not just task doers oriented. Because what I found is that when we look at the high functioning woman, it's very little about the tasks. She actually does a decent job managing the tasks. The key is the invisible labor. The nervous system is out of whack. The emotional intelligence, having people around them that just don't know how to respond to them emotionally, not having language to the problems and not being able to really give language to how they're feeling, and that creating this weight and this heaviness. It's that, and having to execute the role and implement the roles of motherhood and life and husband and all the things that we have to manage, right? And so you want to make sure that when you creating chemistry with your EA integrator or whoever it is that you have support you, that they don't just concern with the task. And most executive assistants, that's their focus. That's what they know to do. That's what ours did before we put them through our certification program. So that is the difference. That's what allows us to stand apart in this loud, noisy world that we call society. So I hope this brought more clarity and the purpose and the mission, this bold mission behind what we do, because you deserve the right type of support, because you have a big call on your life, and what you're needing is more capacity. I look forward to serving you again on our next video. Bye-bye for now.